But yeah, I also want to be building a diffuser for the Supra pretty soon here. I kind of want to have that on before Saskatoon Driven. Speaking of Saskatoon Driven, guys, if you have not already, you need to check out the contest that we just put up, guys. It's huge, once in a lifetime opportunity, especially for you guys overseas. Basically what we're going to be doing is flying someone in from anywhere in the world. There's no location restrictions. We're going to be bringing them to Calgary, picking you up at the Calgary International Airport, and we're going to be taking you on a road trip for the full locals experience.
Don't forget, the Universe V1 hoodie is up for pre-sale right now. We are going to be flying one of you guys out here to Calgary, pick you guys up at the airport, and just bring you to chill with us for the whole weekend.
What's going on, guys? In case you kind of missed what was going on the past couple weeks, we hosted a huge contest, and the winner's from Australia, and we're going to pick him up at the airport right now.
Oh yeah, Jacob's getting in the R33.
So guys, it is the 4th of September 2021, and around this time 3 years ago, I quit my job and I won the experience of a lifetime to travel all the way from Melbourne to Calgary to go on a massive road trip to Saskatoon Driven. And I still can't believe that happened. So where do I begin with this story? Back in 2017, I discovered Locals while I was looking for reviews for my first car. I was in the market for an R34 sedan, and the first video that popped up on YouTube was the video that David made on his R34 sedan that he was building. He made a video about the pros and the cons of his build, what he liked, what he disliked, and the video was very compelling, but what really drove it home for me was a couple of the videos that showed up on my recommended. The first of which was, I believe, the All of Us Get Tickets video, which is about a bunch of the car enthusiasts they were cruising with getting pulled over, including themselves, and I think they all got tickets judging by the title. And the video that followed that one was bringing illegal JDM cars into the USA. If you're not local to America or Canada, they have a rule there which is the 25-year rule, which means cars over the age of 25 years can't be imported, and if they are illegal, and they would either be crushed or impounded if you get caught with them. But anyway, moving on. So I discovered them back in 2017 and I was hooked, and I would watch their videos through class, through work, and any time I had spare time. In 2018, I started a job at a IT support help center, and I was practically working the phones at the time. And on one of the days that was really quiet, a video that Locals put out advertising this competition came out. And the competition was basically for anyone all over the world. One person would be chosen to be flown down to Canada to go on a massive road trip and hang out with the locals. And at the time, I'd been binging their videos for about a year and a bit, and I was really keen to try and enter. I bought one hoodie, which was one entry, and the plan was if I didn't win the giveaway, I'd still have a hoodie, so it would be a win-win either way. Also, just so that I was prepared, I started to organize redoing my passport because my passport expired, and around the time that the competition was running, I decided to quit my job because it was becoming such a big mental strain on me, and I wouldn't have been able to cope any other way. So while I was asleep on the night that it was drawn, which was around this time 3 years ago, I woke up at around 3 or 3:30, and I could see on my phone that a notification was pinging, and it was an email. The email was from Locals congratulating me that I had won the giveaway, and I could not believe myself. I had won the first giveaway that I had ever won in my life, and it was something that I treasured a lot, and it was one of the experiences that I will never forget. A couple of weeks after that, I packed my bags, I put the Skyline in the garage, and I went on a massive flight of around 25 hours-ish, all the way to Calgary, where I met the locals for the first time. I was basically whisked away by 3 strangers that I had never met besides seeing them online and talking to them on Instagram. And it was just a life-changing experience since then, because it has really driven me to get into videography a bit more. I've been doing more media. I'm currently in a course for it. And by the end of this year, I should have a certificate 4 in screen and media, thanks to my passion that I found because of the locals. The first day that I was there was really cool. Practically, we got pho at one of their favorite pho restaurants. We cruised up to the shop. They introduced us to a few friends. There was Colton and Devin there. Then we went all the way up to a meet, which was a Menace meet. And when we got there, it was vibing. It was bigger than any meet that I had experienced at the time. And back then, I had barely any experience with the car scene. So it was really overwhelmingly exciting. Not only that, but when we left the meet, we had an amazing drag race. It was within legal limits, but it was still awesome. We had Colton's Acura on one side, Charles's R33 on the other, and I was in the S15 for the first time, and we basically sprinted all the way up a highway until we got to Devin's house, and it was fun. And then we had a really nice night. Me attempting to rap, and there was a lot of chills. I even played Mario Kart with David and I think even Charles, which was cool because I had my Nintendo Switch at the time, which was pretty nice. I also shared some pods with them, which at the time it was something that they really like as an Australian delicacy. They wanted me to bring some Australian snacks overseas so that they can enjoy them with me, which was really cool. I enjoyed that a lot. Anyway, I stayed at Devin's house overnight, and then the next day we went back to the shop, we chilled for a bit, and then we got prepped to go to Saskatoon. We grabbed as much supplies as we could, we got the cars ready, we fueled up, and we were out of there. And I can't remember where we stopped. It wasn't Rosetown, but it was along the highway. We stopped at an A&W where we were going to stay for the night after about 5 hours-ish or so of driving. It was a fairly long voyage before we decided to sleep. And we were pretty close to Saskatoon anyway, so we took about a 1 hour or 2 hour power nap. As soon as we got in, we visited a shopping centre, we got to the B&B, and I recorded a little bit, and then I just passed out for like what felt like 4 or 5 hours. I was like dead asleep. As soon as I woke up from my nap, we went straight to a meet, and it was a wholesale meet. Everyone was there. There was a bunch of people that I met at Driven. There was a couple of people that I still talk to here and there from social media, and I also got to meet Blake there, who, if you don't know who Blake is, he is a really chill guy, and he legit let me stay on his couch in 2019 so that I could come back and enjoy Driven with him. So props to you, Blake, for being such a chill dude. And yeah, letting me couch surf in Canada, that was actually epic. I really want to do that again, and hopefully I'll have a bigger budget so I'm not strapped for cash this time. Anyway, the day of Driven show was massive. It was snowing like hell, and I was shivering, wearing only tracksuit pants and a hoodie and a t-shirt. We drove up to a car wash nearby so that everyone could wash their car up of snow, get it into show-like condition, and then we'll cruise all the way up to Driven show and prep for starting. While I was there, I didn't leave the locals booth too much. I stayed for about the initial prep work, and I stayed for a bit watching them sign autographs and talking to a few people and doing some vlogging and montage work with my gimbal. But then I got to see the drifting, and I even had some interesting interactions in the video. So anyway, as soon as Driven was over, it was getting late. We were all loading out of the venue, and the last place we went was this Asian restaurant with a really weird name. It had a number 2 in it. I don't know why it had a 2 at the end, but it seemed like it was like a sequel business. Like, you have the initial business, and then you have the business 2. It was interesting. I don't know if I still have a picture of it, but oh well. So we had more pho and ramen, and we chilled back at the Airbnb, and the next day we were prepping to leave, and we had to go visit the S15. The S15 unfortunately had a collision. David unfortunately lost his pride and joy, and I feel really bad for him because it was a card that had been built up over the course of a few years and was very iconic on the Locals channel. The car was sold at auction, I believe, in 2019 or around. Anyway, once we left Saskatoon on our way back, there were a few pit stops. We got fuel, we drove all the way back, and we stopped off at one point just so that we could have a toilet break, and we had a small snow battle. Jesse practically tried to clip me with a snowball, and I decided to retaliate. And I hadn't been to the snow for what seemed to be about 15 or so years, so it was quite exciting for me to just clip some snowballs at him. I missed him all times, mind you. I am not a good shot at all. I can't even play dodgeball properly, but it was fun. So we get back to Calgary, and the last things that I did was I got to see the Supra, which I didn't get to see because of winter. I got to chill in the basement playing Zelda, and then we went on some sightseeing around Calgary before I left. And then on my way back home, we said our farewells, and I was just still in awe about it as I was entering the airport. Like, legit, I didn't believe that any of it had happened, but I had met some amazing people, went on an amazing trip, and had some amazing memories, which I will never forget. And that is why the car community and the YouTube community, it's such a powerful thing. Like, you can literally not know anything about a person, have one conversation or have a few interactions, or even one opportunity to do something you never would have expected, and instantly you've made bonds that will last for a lifetime. And that is one reason why when lockdown is over, I really want to go back to Canada. Whether it opens up next year or the year after or even the year after that, I want to book something huge and go to another Driven show and just sightsee around Canada for a bit. And who knows, some more amazing adventures and content can come from it. But anyway, thank you so much for listening to my story time. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And until next time, I will see you guys later. Bye bye.